I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 6 lately since the Nightfall update dropped. The darker maps and night vision gameplay definitely gave the game a different vibe, and when Battlefield is firing on all cylinders, the chaos is still really fun. But the more I've been playing it, the more I keep thinking about something the game might be missing. And oddly enough, the comparison that keeps coming to mind is Black Ops 7, because Black Ops 7 has this mode called Endgame, which is basically a large scale PvE experience where players drop into a huge map, complete objectives, fight AI enemies, and try to extract with the gear they earned during the run. Sounds pretty familiar. It's cooperative, it has progression systems, and every run feels a little different depending on what happens. And honestly, I really like how that plays. Some nights you want competitive PvP matches, but other nights you just want to jump into the game world, shoot things, work towards something, and not feel like every fight is a sweaty duel against another player. That's where Battlefield feels like it's missing something. Because Battlefield 6 has incredible large-scale battles, but almost everything the game offers revolve around PvP matches over and over again. And I think Battlefield 6 could really benefit from adding some kind of PvE mode to inject new energy into the game. And the first reason I think Battlefield could really benefit from a PvE mode is pretty simple. Multiplayer burnout is real. Battlefield has always been built around large-scale PvP matches. You jump into a server, fight for objectives, the round ends, and then you queue up and do it again. And when the game is at its best, that loop is fantastic. The chaos, the vehicles, the massive firefights, it's what makes Battlefield Battlefield. But when that's the only core experience the game offers, it can start to feel repetitive after a while. Some nights you're in the mood for competitive matches where every gunfight matters. But other nights, you just want to jump into the Battlefield sandbox and play without the constant pressure of competing against other players. Maybe just grind some camos. That's where PvE modes really help a game. They let players stay inside the same world using the same weapons and mechanics, but in a more cooperative environment. Marathon and even more popular Arc Raiders has showed us that PvE-like modes within shooter games can work, and work really well. Instead of every fight being against another player, you're completing objectives, pushing through missions, or surviving waves of enemies with a squad. And that kind of mode can be perfect change of pace when you're feeling burned out on PvP. The second reason PvE could work really well in Battlefield is because the game's design already supports it. Battlefield maps are huge. They're built around large environments, vehicles, destruction, and multiple objectives happening across the battlefield. And those same systems that make PvE matches chaotic would actually translate really well into cooperative PvE scenarios. Imagine a squad of 4 players pushing across a battlefield while waves of AI enemies defend different objectives. Or defending a base while enemy forces attack with vehicles and infantry from multiple directions. Add in a layer like maybe you have to disarm a bomb or some other story element that makes this more engaging for players that don't want to play PvP matches. Battlefield already creates these massive war environments, and a PvE mode could turn those environments into cooperative missions instead of just multiplayer matches. And honestly, the scale of Battlefield maps could make PvE feel bigger than what most shooters offer. The third reason a PvE mode could really help Battlefield is long-term replayability. Right now, Battlefield's long-term loop is mostly about jumping into another multiplayer match. And that works for competitive players, but not everyone wants every session to feel like a PvP grind. A PvE mode could give players another reason to stay in the game. Cooperative missions, wave defense modes, large-scale ops, things players can jump into with friends when they're not in the mood for competitive matches. And modes like that tend to create more unpredictable moments too. AI encounters, objectives going wrong, squads improvising strategies, those kinds of experiences keep the game feeling fresh even after dozens of sessions. It adds another layer to the Battlefield experience without replacing the core multiplayer that fans already love. Battlefield 6 still has some of the best large-scale combat in shooters. The gunplay feels good, the maps create chaotic moments, and updates like Nightfall show the developers are still experimenting with new ideas. But adding a PvE mode could open up a completely different side of the game. It would give players a break from constant PvP matches, add variety to the gameplay loop, and create more reasons to keep coming back to Battlefield. Multiplayer will always be the heart of the game, but PvE could be the thing that keeps Battlefield feeling fresh long-term. Let me know what you guys think of today's video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on anything from the world of shooter games. Until next time, stay safe, stay happy, see you later.